What's up, YouTube? It's Mr. Urban Exotic, and I'm bringing you another video of a day in the life of a reptile owner. And today, what I'm gonna be doing is showing you how and what I do to feed my reptiles. All right here I have some things that I like to feed off to my bearded dragons, my leopard gecko. Right here I have these are Dubia Roaches. These are the best things you can feed to some of your reptiles because you can breed them, you can gut load them with the things you need. They're pretty good, they digest pretty good. Right here we have some wax worms. Those are pretty good, they're fatty. You don't want to feed those every day to your reptiles because most reptiles get fatty liver diseases and things like that. Right here I have some crickets. Not a fan of the crickets. I always only get just enough to feed off. I never get more than enough. If I do, I'm throwing them outside. I don't want no crickets. Right here I have some mealworms. Right here have some superworms. These are pretty good. You can get those pretty much from any store, as well as with the crickets. You can get those from anywhere. Also, you want to feed off. You're going to want to put calcium on your bugs that you feed to your reptiles. I have different ones that I use. You're going to want to have ones, but you're going to want to have vitamin D, without vitamin D. Like a leopard gecko, you're going to always want to give them with the vitamin D, and then once in a while give them without. These are probably very small, you can't see those. Alright, but also as a treat, what I do is you have these things right here that you can give to your it's like dry mints. I spray that with water and put that in. Like if I feed them in a bowl, I'll mix some of that stuff up with the food, the bugs. Then also, like every once in a while, you can feed them some Repashy. It's like a mold. It's like a powder solution. You mix it with water, then it comes up to a mold that you can feed off. If you're keeping bugs, you can give them this. Like if you got hornworms, you know, if you're breeding dubias, crickets, things like that, you can make the same thing. This is just a powder form, and you add water and it turns to a gel. And it's pretty good for if you're keeping insects. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some of these bugs out so I can show you a little better. Put them in the cups with some powder, and then I'm gonna start to get a little feed off. All right, so now we have our powder in here, our calcium that we're gonna feed off. What I do is, I just mix those up. The wax worms, here's the dubias, here's the mealworms. Look at him, he's going insane. We already know he's about to eat. He has no patience. That's Rocky. Here's some crickets. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the crickets. I'm gonna try to feed those off real fast. I might end up feeding Rocky in his bowl and just put some of that stuff in there. I'll show you that. But I'm gonna try to hand feed some of these with the tongues with one hand and see how this goes. I'm gonna start with some superworms. Then I'm gonna go to the wax worms. The funny thing with the wax worms is Rocky likes the wax worms, but Ruby, she does not like the wax worms at all. She'll eat one or two and then does like a little shaking and not eat more. Here goes some mealworms, which are the same as superworms, but they're smaller. And these are actually harder to digest for some like bearded dragons and leopard geckos, things like that. So let's see how this goes. So with one hand, I'm about to try to feed him. It's probably gonna be hard because I'm doing this with the camera, but up there you go. Right there. You missed it. Right there. Now, I wouldn't recommend sand for most bearded dragons just because they non-stop licks this stuff up, and then they'll get impaction and things like that. But with him, with Rocky, it took me a long time to get him to learn to not eat the sand. So he was on paper towels for about 2.5 years, and then I got him in sand about 3 years later. He loves it. He digs in the sand, wiggles, and does all type of things. It's funny what you do to your environment of your enclosure will bring out natural habits of. But he's not trying to hear none of this. Let me try and feed this guy. I took his top off to make it a little easier for me to feed him. I'm gonna try to feed him. This is the only bug that I will touch, which is the waxworm. These things are too small for him. He doesn't, but he'll still eat it. This is funny watching him eat these things. So I'm gonna put that in there. Dropped it, but it's right there. Eat it. Yeah, so big eating a little waxworm. He doesn't want that. Mr. Impatient. So what I'm about to do is I'm gonna actually feed him in his bowl today. So what I'm about to be doing is, this is hard to do with the camera. Take some of these. Oh, they got stuck together. You saw that? That's crazy. Alright, so I'm gonna take some of those. Make a bug salad. Take some of those. Some mealworms. I say, no, these are waxworms. Some of the waxworms. Give him some more of these super worms. These are what he likes. So. And then, like I said before, you have these things right here. I like to incorporate. It's just like an extra thing for them. So I'll put some of that in there. Like I said, I'll just mist that real quick to get it wet because it's dry and crunchy. So what I'll do is put that in his enclosure and let's see, go to your food. It's right there. Just looking at the ground, thinking I'm dropping anything. Food is right here. Look. There you go. Let's see what we choose. He's eating all that dropping stuff, buddy. Yeah, so he enjoys. I used to feed him out of the bowl all the time when he was young, so he would always go to his bowl and wait for food, but then I eventually started feeding him by hand and things like that. But he's just too impatient. He just also there's no water bowl in either of my bearded dragon enclosures. Reason is because I take them out twice a week to maybe once a week, and I put them in the water so they can bathe, soak, and drink at that time. Plus they also poop in the water, so for that there's no reason why I don't have any water in there. So but you have to be like on it with not having the water bowl in the enclosure if you want to do it that way. So now we're gonna feed Ruby, which is the female bearded dragon. So here is Ruby. I decided to take her out and see how this will go, since she's a little less wild than Rocky. So let's see how this goes. Let's get over here. She probably can't walk on this floor, but there we go. Okay. There we go. Let's get her some mealworms. That's when I give her the waxworm. Mealworms. She's a hyper orange, which means supposedly, but by the nose, I didn't think so. In her eyes, but she's ready for more. So let's give her some more super worms. She's getting antsy too. She's trying to eat through the cup. Not gonna make it through the cup. Come over here. Look, super worm. Super worm. So this is why you can't take them out and feed them. They just don't pay no mind to anything. They just want over here. Look. Over here. Look. Trying to get her. Alright, we put the tongues down. There we go. Alright, yeah. Now watch the super one. I mean the wax one. Yeah, she completely walked right by it. That's very nice. Wax one. Let's see. It's not crunchy enough for her, I think. She doesn't, usually she eat one. Let's see if she can get that in there. See, she's thinking about it. she don't like those pretty much. So let's see what I'm gonna do is let her eat some super worms. He's over there jealous. He wants more. Alright. Let's see how she do with some Dubias. These things are fast. Once you put them down, you gotta give her a good size. Let's see. Oh, see? Like these things, if it runs out, I'm gonna be pissed. Alright, okay, I had to catch that thing. Not gonna feed those right now. What? Yeah, he doesn't, so right now, he's not even eating his food right now. He sees her. That's all he's interested in right now. Look at him. See? And that's why they call him Bearded Dragon. That head bob now. He's pissed. She's too young. Alright, I'm not gonna feed her no more of the Dubias. Those are too fast to just go. Now she's being patient because she knows I have to feed her. So here you go. Mealworms. Hear those back there running around. There you go. So same thing with Rocky. It's hard to feed them out one hand or even out the enclosure because they get so aggressive. Not aggressive, but like very, quick. And so I'm gonna pour hers in there. She also has calcium in her bowl. So gave her food that she can go chase around. There's some roaches running around, some Dubias. She got some super worms, some wax worms, mealworms, and then she got the little red crunchies. She's gonna have fun with that. Then I'll go back in there and give her some crickets and some more. He's very upset. He's not happy at all right now. He ignored his food completely because he saw her, which is why I have this board right here blocking his vision from seeing her, because if I don't, then he'll just run around here all day causing temper tantrums, knocking down everything, throwing sand around. But as long as he doesn't see her, he's fine. He's normal. And a couple of minutes he'll go back to regular until he sees her again. And then you get the head bobs, they're running around, and he has a personality like no other. And as I was feeding the bearded dragons, the leopard gecko is up, which should be sleeping right now, but she's nosy and always around, so she's probably hungry. I'm gonna give her something to eat. The thing I don't like about the leopard geckos is they put calcium powder all over the tank. Cause they leave it in their bowl, they stomp in it, kick it around, and the feet get it, and then it walks all over. I kept the enclosure pretty simple for both of these because I'm going to be changing them. I don't like the floor mats in this, that tarp right there that they sell in the pet stores. I don't recommend putting that in your tank for a couple of reasons. For the bearded dragons, it's not so bad, but for the leopard geckos, if you notice, I don't know if I'm gonna get her to walk, but you see the little nails, they usually get stuck in the little fibers where they can't walk, and those little nails can come out. As where the bearded dragon, well, you can see hers is stuck in there too. But she's bigger enough where, the nails won't get stuck and she won't hurt her or pull a nail out or anything like that. So, but let's get some food to the leopard gecko. Okay, as you can see, she sees her food too. I just put it up here and she already climbed up top. That's always knocked out because she climbs up it. So she's ready. These things have very good eyesight and they they run, jump, fly towards their food to get their meal. So what I'm about to do is I'm gonna pour her food in there. The little dubias that are in here, she'll find later in the day as they roam around. Watch how wild these go for their food. Like if you're ever going to get bit by something, it might be like a little leopard gecko. This is the only thing that makes me think I'm gonna get bit when I'm feeding, because their feeding response is just so different than, look at, watch. They leap forward. See, perfect. The bitter dragons, they got a sticky tongue like a chameleon, so it gets the food and it brings it to them. The leopard gecko flies to their food. They jump. I've seen them leap across the tank for a cricket. So yeah, I'm gonna throw some crickets in there while she's eating that, and she'll have fun hunting those down as they jump around tonight as she's up. Rocky appears to be full or in a bad mood still, because he went back to eat some more of his food, but he just stopped. He went over here, so I don't know if he's interested in the roaches right now, or so let's see if I can get him a dubia. One-handed, my left hand is standing right here. Up, got it. So let's get him a dubia. Ate that. When he gets dubias, he'll sit there and just wait, because he knows that this is same for all of them. I feed them with tongues, and they know when they see this, it's feeding time, which is perfect for training a lot of your lizards and things like that when they're young. So when they get bigger, look at freaking things are always hard to get. Alright, come here. There we go. Get him another one. He ate it before I can show you guys. Faster than I could get to it. So what I'm about to do is switch my hand real quick. I'm gonna let him munch down on what's left in here. So, get that one. And get those. Get a pinch. Still rocking his beard right now too from seeing Ruby. I'm gonna save some of those spaces in. Get one more. Oh yeah, buddy. I shouldn't have these tiny ones. Yeah, he doesn't want it. Alright, I'll get you some super ones. Alright, I'm left with some things. I got some small dubias here. I have some mealworms, and I have some waxworms right here. I do have more of this stuff, just not in these containers right here. So what I'm actually about to do is I'm about to use this again in monitor, see if I can wake him up. He's working on the crickets I threw in there. Instead of super worms, I just threw a bunch of crickets in there, and he's in there chasing them. She's in here chasing her crickets. She's chasing her crickets. Let's wake up Mr. Too Cool over here. Look at him. Sleeping. He doesn't ever want to hang out with the crew. You gotta wake him up and beg him to want to hang out. So the first thing I do with this guy is I let him smell my hand, and then I show him the tongues. That way he knows it's feed time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm put my hand in here, see if I can get him to wake up. He's relaxing. Don't bother me. That's what he's saying right now. Alright, so he sees my hand in here. He doesn't even care. He's not doing anything. My hand's in here. He's not doing. Now, watch this. With the tongues, when I put the tongues in here, he knows exactly what. Look at the eyes are opening up. See? Active already. Just because I put the tongues in here, but did nothing to my hand. So that's how I like it. I train all of them the same way, and I'm happy that the Savannah is learning the same way as well. Let me stop swinging around before she jump out. All right, got some worms. Got to feed the Savannah. Get them active, and I'm chasing them away. See them? Now, I'm gonna put it right here since it's gonna be too fast. I'm trying to keep up. Let's see. I put my hand in there with the tongs and the food, and it got, you know, ran for the thing. But when I put my hand in here, he knows that it's not food. He knows the difference between, I always do this just so he knows. It's only, I've had her about 2 weeks now. So you see, she's not interested. So now, see when you move, she smells, she's investigating, things like that, but she's not telling. So now, when I get the tongues and I go get a worm, let's see how she goes now. Really quick. Got it. There you go. Yeah, very different when you eat. They're very aggressive ears. Actually, you know what? Let me put a bowl in here because I don't like squeezing around this big chest real quick. I'm gonna put this in here just so I can feed them and show. So, put the bowl right there. Just so I can feed them right now and not having people look for the video so I can't see right now. So what I'm about to do is put the worm, show them that there's another worm in here. There's also calcium on his food. Him. I don't know yet. Look at her. Very aggressive. That's exactly why you train them to know the difference between your finger and food, because these guys get big. And you don't want to have a big, aggressive Tegel or Savannah monitor that is not food trained. Tongues only. Then I put my hand just so it smells and know the difference. See? You can't be scared to get bit because then you'll never be able to build a bond with any of your reptiles. He's not interested. So he's looking for more food. More of these. He's looking for the tongues. Here's the tongues, buddy. There you go. I love this guy. And I haven't named him yet. I call him Mr. Too Cool because you got to do so much to get him to want to hang out. And for these guys, for the most part, right now I got her in a 20 gallon, 25 actually, 25 tall, because it's just a baby. I don't have much in there yet because I was training and doing my things, letting her used to my scent and stuff like that. Then I'm gonna put her decor in there. Look at her, she's watching. She wants to help me. Coming up. She jumps out sometime when I take too long to feed her. But yeah, so the water bowl, she likes to sit in there, sleep in there sometimes. Put that in there just so I can feed him for right now. Because I see him picking the wood chuck, I can't do it one thing. But look at him, he's on the hunt for more. He's looking at my hand and things like that. It's not going wild, but it's looking for the tongues. When they see the tongues, they know it's food time. Let's try with a cricket. Let's see. One bite, sorry, cricket. Wrap things around and stuff like that before he swallows. He had a roach, he tossed it over there somewhere. He chased it down and it dug into substrate. So now he's waiting for more. Let me get him some more crickets. So these things are annoying. Like I said, I try not to keep any of these around because I do not like to keep crickets. So he's gonna have to, oh, let's see. All right, where you at, buddy? There you go. There's another one. One goes with the crickets. That was the first time I fed the crickets. This tank is so hot. They require so much heat, and they thrive in it. They love it. Ready for more. Let me get some. I'm gonna dump these mealworms in here. Let's see if we take these. So now I put the mealworms in there. So I'm gonna take these tongs and I'm gonna tap over here. So now is to come over here with the tongs. Yep. Tongs, there you go. Let's watch her eat these mealworms up. You don't want these things to get big and not be able to tame and control. So from day one of me having him, I've been training with her, just dipping between food in my hand. So she's only response to tongs right now, and we're gonna definitely keep it that way. The bearded dragons used to be like that, but they don't care. They just want to eat now. You good there, buddy? So then also what you do is I try to clean out the water every day because they're in and out of the water, putting dirt in there. And then they also poop in the water as well. So I'm going to add some more water in there. I'm going to mist the enclosure because these things require a humid type of environment, which is why I keep this spray bottle around for almost all of the reptiles. I have to spray the leopard gecko as well, because they have sheds, and I do not spray for the bearded dragons. Like I said, I give them baths. I let them soak in the water. All right. Yeah, he's still hunting for the roach that he lost. He's well fed right now. He had about 5 crickets, a couple mealworms. I believe he had 2 waxworms. And should be good, pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna start feeding him on this ball here because I like taking up the moss and things like that when he's going into the prey. Things like that. Yep. That's the other eating. I heard something. The leopard gecko. Don't know where she is. She's in there on the hunt somewhere. Also, what I like about the leopard geckos, like her, she do not poop in her tank. She just won't do it. So she poops always when I put her in the water for her bath time. So cleaning her tank is easy. Cleaning the leopard gecko tank is also easy, other than up there she goes. She's coming out on the hunt, chasing crickets. Yeah, these things poop only in one spot. They will not poop in multiple spots. They will choose one spot in the tank and continue using just that spot. So other than the calcium powder being thrown around and stuff like that, but it wouldn't be a problem to get like a more natural substrate. So I might do a rehousing video of her and her to get them out of these mats and things like that. So what I'm about to do now is I'm gonna just add water to these tanks so they're good, and I'm gonna leave it off at that. And after you have successfully fed your reptiles more than you can, you should see them looking slop. He's now just doing nothing, ready to go up here on this little basking spot and go straight to sleep, or probably to hang out on his heat rock on that spot over there. But he's definitely full, belly on the ground. She's full, ready to relax. The leopard gecko is still hunting. It's actually about to be up for the night, and the bearded dragons are going to sleep because it's getting nighttime here. It's about 5, 6 o'clock in the evening right now. The Savannah monitor is going inside his house. So I see some see a Dubia Roaches, but she's going to sleep now. Hopefully we'll see. Before I end the video, I wanted to do one last feeding to one of my inverts as I can go in this video, to hopefully get you guys to want to stay tuned and check out my next feeding video of my inverts and things like that. Today I just did some of the lizard, the big dragon, the savannah, the leopard gecko. I do have other things right now I'm going to show. I'm not sure if this thing will eat. I'm definitely going to try it because I fed her a couple of days ago and she definitely ate. Now this right here is my Mexican fire leg, which I will be rehousing next week into a housing. But let's see if I can get her to eat. I'm going to be dropping this mealworm right here next to her. And hopefully, there you go. Got him. There you go. All going. That's it for this video. Mr. Urban Exotic. Please like and subscribe. I'll definitely try to get more videos to you. I have so much to show. Thank you.